Shalom once again, my friends. Picking up with chapter 75 and the book of Enoch. And the leaders of the heads of the thousands who are placed over the whole creation and over all the stars have also to do with the 4 intercalary days, being inseparable from their office according to the reckoning of the year, and these render service on the 4 days which are not reckoned in the reckoning of the year. And owing to them, men go astray therein, for those lights truly render service on the world's stations, one in the first portal, one in the third portal of the Shamayim, one in the 4th portal, and one in the 6th portal. And the exactness of the year is accomplished through its separate 364 stations. For the signs and the times and the years and the days, the messenger Uriel showed to me, whom Yahweh of esteem has appointed forever over all the lights of the Shamayim, in the Shamayim, and in the world, that they should rule on the face of the Shamayim, and be seen on the earth, and be leaders for the day and the night, the sun, moon, and stars, and all the ministering beings which make their revolution in all the chariots of the Shamayim. In the same way, 12 doors Uriel showed me, open in the circumference of the sun's chariot in the Shamayim, through which the rays of the sun break forth, and from them is warmth diffused over the earth, when they are opened at their appointed times. And for the winds and the spirit of the dew, when they are opened, standing open in the Shamayim at the ends. As for the 12 portals in the Shamayim, at the ends of the earth, out of which go forth the sun, moon, and stars, and all the works of the Shamayim in the east and in the west, there are many windows open to the left and right of them, and one window at its appointed time produces warmth corresponding to those doors from which the stars come forth, according as he has commanded them, and wherein they are placed corresponding to their number. And I saw chariots in the Shamayim running in the world above those portals in which revolve the stars that never go down. And one is larger than all the rest, and it is that which makes its course through the entire world. Chapter 76. And at the ends of the earth I saw 12 portals open to all the quarters from which the winds go forth and blow over the earth. 3 of them are open on the face of the Shamayim, and 3 in the west, and 3 on the right of the Shamayim, and 3 on the left. And the 3 first are those of the east, and 3 are of the north, and 3 after those on the left of the south, and 3 of the west. Through 4 of these come winds of Berachah and prosperity. And from those 8 come hurtful winds. When they are sent, they bring destruction on all the earth, and on the water upon it, and on all who dwell upon it, and on all which are in the water, and on the land. And the first wind from those portals, called the east wind, comes forth through the first portal which is in the east, inclining towards the south. From it come forth desolation, drought, heat, and destruction. And through the second portal in the middle comes what is fitting, and from it there comes rain, and fruitfulness, and prosperity, and dew. And through the third portal, which lies toward the north, comes cold and drought. And after these come forth the south winds, through 3 portals. Through the first portal of them, inclining to the east, comes forth a hot wind. And through the middle portal next to it, there come forth fragrant smells, and dew, and rain, and prosperity, and health. And through the third portal lying to the west come forth dew and rain, locusts, and desolation. And after these the north winds from the seventh portal in the east come dew and rain, locusts, and desolation. And from the middle portal come in a direct direction health and rain and dew and prosperity. And through the third portal in the west come cloud and frost and snow and rain and dew and locusts. And after these four are the west winds. Through the first portal adjoining the north come forth dew and frost and cold and snow and ice. And from the middle portal come forth dew and rain and prosperity and beracha. And through the last portal, which adjoins the south, come forth drought and desolation and burning and destruction. And the 12 portals of the 4 quarters of the Shamayim are completed, and all their laws, and all their plagues, and all their goodness have I shown to you, my son, Methuselah. Jeez, I mean, there's something to think about, you know? These portals in the Shamayim. Through some come beracha, through others cursings, through some heat, through some cold, locusts. Science, men of science, women of science think they understand these, you know, things like wind and rain and storms, hurricanes. Chapter 77. And the first quarter is called the east because it is the first, and the second the south because the Most High will descend there, even there, in quite a special sense will he who is Baruch forever descend. And the west quarter is named the diminished, because there all the lights of the Shamayim diminish and go down. And the fourth quarter, named the north, is divided into 3 parts. The first of them is for the dwelling of men, and the second contains seas of water, and the abysses, and forests, and rivers, and darkness, and clouds, and the third part contains the garden of righteousness. I saw 7 high mountains, higher than all the mountains which are on the earth, and from there comes forth frost, and days, seasons, and years pass away. I saw 7 rivers on the earth, larger than all the rivers. One of them, coming from the west, pours its waters into the great sea. And these 2 come from the north to the sea, and pour their waters into the eastern sea in the east. And the remaining 4 come forth on the side of the north to their own sea, 2 of them to the eastern sea, and 2 into the great sea, and discharge themselves there, and some say, into the desert. And some say, into the desert. 7 great islands I saw in the sea, and in the mainland, 2 in the mainland, and 5 in the great sea. Chapter 78. And the names of the sun are the following. The first, Arieres, and the second, Taoma. And the moon has 4 names. The first name is Asonia, and the second, Evla. The third, Benes, and the fourth, Ere. These are the 2 great lights. Their circumference is like the circumference of the Shamayim. and the size of the circumference of both is alike. In the circumference of the sun, there are 7 portions of light, which are added to it more than to the moon, and in definite measures it is transferred till the 7th portion of the sun is exhausted. And they go down and enter the portals of the west, and make their revolution by the north, and come forth through the eastern portals on the face of the Shamayim. And when the moon rises, 1/14th part appears in the Shamayim. The light becomes full in her. On the 14th day she accomplishes her light. And 15 parts of light are transferred to her. Till the 15th day, her light is accomplished according to the sign of the year, and she becomes 15 parts, and the moon grows by 14th parts. And in her diminishing, decreases on the first day to 14 parts of her light, on the second to 13 parts of light, on the third to 12, on the fourth to 11, on the fifth to 10, on the sixth to 9, on the seventh to 8, on the 8th to 7, on the 9th to 6, on the 10th to 5, on the 11th to 4, on the 12th to 3, of course, on the 13th to 2, on the 14th to the half of a 7th, and all her remaining light disappears wholly on the 15th. Verse 9, and in certain months the month has 29 days, and once 28. And Uriel showed me another law. When light is transferred to the moon, and on which side it is transferred to her by the sun, during all the period during which the moon is growing in her light, she is transferring it to herself when opposite to the sun. During 14 days her light is accomplished in the Shamayim, and when she is illuminated throughout, her light is accomplished full in the Shamayim. And on the first day she is called the new moon, for on that day the light rises upon her. She becomes full exactly on the day when the sun goes down in the west, and from the east she rises at night, and the moon shines the whole night through till the sun rises over against her, and the moon is seen over against the sun. On the side where the light of the moon comes forth, there again she diminishes till all the light vanishes, and all the days of the month are at an end, and her circumference is empty, void of light. And 3 months she makes of 30 days, and at her time she makes 3 months of 29 days each, in which she accomplishes her diminishing in the first period of time, and in the first portal for 177 days. And in the time of her going out, she appears for 3 months, 30 days each, and for 3 months she appears 29 each. At night she appears like a man for 20 days each time, and by day she appears like the Shamayim, and there is none else in her save her light. If you want to figure out the calendars, lunar, here's all the, what would you call it? All of the formulas. Chapter 79, and now, my son, I have shown you all matters, and the law of all the stars of the Shamayim is completed. And he showed me all the laws of these for every day, and for every season of bearing rule, and for every year, and for its going forth, and for the order prescribed to it every month and every week, and the diminishing of the moon, which takes place in the 6th portal, for in this 6th portal her light is accomplished, and after that there is the beginning of the diminishing, which takes place in the 1st portal in its season, till 177 days are accomplished, reckoned according to weeks, 25 and 2 days. She falls behind the sun and the order of the stars exactly 5 days in the course of one period, and when this place which you see has been traversed. Such is the picture and sketch of every light which Uriel, the chief messenger, who is their leader, showed to me. Chapter 80. And in those days the messenger Uriel answered and said to me, See, I have shown you all matters, Enoch, and I have revealed all to you that you should see, this sun and this moon, and the leaders of the stars of the Shamayim, and all those who turn them, their tasks and times and departures. And in the days of the sinners the years shall be shortened, and their seed shall be late on their lands and fields, and all on the earth shall alter, and shall not appear in their time, and the rain shall be kept back, and the Shamayim shall withhold. And in those times the fruits of the earth shall be backward, and shall not grow in their time, and the fruits of the trees shall be withheld in their time, and the moon shall alter her order, and not appear at her time. And in those days the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot in the west, and shall shine more brightly than accordance with the order of light. And many chiefs of the stars shall transgress the order, and these shall alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. And the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts of those on the earth shall err concerning them, and they shall be altered from all their ways. Also they shall go astray, and take them to be mighty ones. And evil shall be multiplied upon them, and punishment shall come upon them, so as to destroy all. Boy, that's an interesting chapter to think about. Chapter 81. And he said unto me, this is still Uriel speaking to Enoch, saying, Observe, Enoch, these tablets of the Shamayim, and read what is written upon them, and mark every individual fact. And I observed the tablets of the Shamayim, and read all which was written, and understood all matters, and read the book of all the deeds of mankind, and of all the children of flesh that shall be upon the earth, to the remotest generations. Phew. And immediately I barach the great Adon, the sovereign of esteem forever, in that he has made all the works of the world, and I exalted Yahweh because of his patience, and barach him because of the children of men. And after that I said, Baruch is the man who dies in righteousness and goodness, concerning whom there is no book of unrighteousness written, and against whom no day of judgment shall be found. See, he saw all the books. I mean, everything that every living soul has ever done is written down by malachim, messengers in the Shamayim. And Enoch saw these records. Verse 5, And those 7 Kodeshim brought me and placed me on the earth before the door of my house, and said to me, Declare all matters to your son Methushalah, and show to all your children that no flesh is righteous in the sight of Yahweh, for he is their creator. 1 year we will leave you with your son till you give your commands, that you may teach your children and record for them and testify to all your children, and in the 2nd year they shall take you from their midst. Let your heart be strong, for the good shall announce righteousness to the good. The righteous with the righteous shall rejoice, and shall offer congratulations to one another. But the sinners shall die with the sinners, and the backslider go down with the backslider, and those who practice righteousness shall die on account of the deeds of men, and be taken away on account of the doings of the wicked. And in those days they ceased to speak to me, and I came to my people, giving berachah to the Adon of the world. And, you know, if you order your books and you get, see behind me there, the book of Yashar, you'll see some of the accounts of Enoch having returned to his house, and all the people coming to receive his teachings and listen to him expound on everything he experienced. We have one more chapter here. It's a little bit long, but let's finish it, and that's the end of Astronomy. Chapter 82. And now, my son Methuselah, all these I am recounting to you and writing down for you, and I have revealed to you all matters, and given you books concerning all these. So preserve, my son Methuselah, the books from your father's hand, and deliver them to the generations of the world. I wish we had them all. All we have is this little bit. I have given wisdom to you and to your children, and your children that shall be unto you, that they may give it to their children for generations, this wisdom that passes their thought. And those who understand it shall not sleep, but shall listen with the ear, that they may learn this wisdom, and it shall please those that eat of it better than good food. Are you enjoying your meal? Verse 4, Baruch are all the righteous, Baruch are all those who walk in the way, capital W, the way. That's what Yeshua's Talmudim, they referred to it as the way. They didn't say we are Christians. It's the way. Again, verse 4, Baruch are all the righteous, Baruch are all those who walk in the way of righteousness, and do not sin as the sinners, in the reckoning of all their days in which the sun traverses the Shamayim, entering into and departing from the portals for 30 days, with the heads of thousands of the order of the stars, together with the four which are intercalated. It's a word I don't think I ever saw before. Together with the four which are intercalated, which divide the 4 portions of the year, which lead them and enter with them 4 days. Intercalate means to insert, interpose, or interpolate. To insert a day or a month into a calendar. To join or combine with others, to increase quality, quantity, size, or scope. Intercalated. I don't know about you, but I just learned a new word. Verse 5, Owing to them, men shall be at fault, and not reckon them in the whole reckoning of the year. Also men shall be at fault, and not recognize them accurately. For they belong to the reckoning of the year, and are truly recorded forever. 1 in the 1st portal, and 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. And the year is completed in 364 days. And the account thereof is accurate, and the recorded reckoning thereof exact. For the lights, and months, and festivals, and years, and days has Uriel shown and revealed to me, to whom the Adon of the whole creation of the world has subjected the host of the Shamayim. and he has power over night and day in the Shamayim, to cause the light to give light to men, sun, moon, and stars, and all the powers of the Shamayim, which revolve in their circular chariots. And these are the orders of the stars, which go down in their places, and in their appointed times and festivals and months. And these are the names of those who lead them, who watch that they enter at their times, in their orders, in their seasons, in their months, in their periods of dominion, and in their positions. Their 4 leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year enter first, and after them the 12 leaders of the orders who divide the months, and for the 360 there are heads over thousands who divide the days, and for the 4 intercalary days, there are the leaders which divide the 4 parts of the year. And these heads over thousands are intercalated between leader and leader, each behind a station, but their leaders make the division. And these are the names of the leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year, which are ordained: Malchiel, Alamelech, and Melech Yaal, and Ner-El. And the names of those who lead them: Adnar-El, and Yasusa-El, and Elomeel. These 3 follow the leaders of the orders, and there is one that follows the 3 leaders of the orders, which follow those leaders of stations that divide the 4 parts of the year. In the beginning of the year, Melech Yaal rises first and rules, who is named Tama'ini, and Shemesh, and all the days of his dominion whilst he bears rule are 91 days. And these are the signs of the days which are to be seen on earth in the days of his dominion: sweat, and heat, and calms. And all the trees bear fruit, and leaves are produced on all the trees, and the harvest of wheat, and the rose flowers, and all the flowers which come forth in the field, but the trees of the winter season become withered. And these are the names of the leaders which are under them: Barachiel, Zeleptzel, and another who is added ahead of 1,000, called Chiluya. Here's a good one. Chiluyasef. And the days of the dominion of this are at an end. The next leader after him is Chalemelech, whom one names the shining sun, and all the days of his light are 91 days. And these are the signs of days on the earth: glowing heat and dryness, and the trees ripen their fruits and produce all their fruits ripe and ready, and the sheep pair and become pregnant, and all the fruits of the earth are gathered in, and all that is in the fields and the winepress, these take place in the days of his dominion. These are the names, and the orders, and the leaders of those heads of thousands: Gedaliah, Keel, and Heel. And the name of the head of 1,000 which is added to them: Asphael. And the days of his dominion are at an end. As is the section on astronomy. Next time we'll pick up with a section titled Dreams. Shalom, my friends.